I'm the president of the company. We're a fourth generation family. My grandfather started it about 68 years ago. Somewhere around 100 130 employees. We do mostly commercial, a lot of public works, a lot of jails and schools, libraries, things of that nature. Also, a lot of some private work. We do design build in-house, so we do some private work on the design build side of it. So full service systems work, all low voltage systems. We do everything in-house. So I asked my purchaser, I said, how are we exactly doing things right now? Because I mean, at one point in time years ago, it was the guys were on big jobs, would actually have fax machines, they fax it in. But so I said, how are we doing it now? And he's like, well, this guy, he writes it down with a Sharpie on a piece of cardboard, takes a picture and texts it to me. This guy sends me an email. This guy calls me. And it was just, a different array of how people were sending their material orders into him. At that point in time, then he really, didn't have the bandwidth to take all that and send it out to multiple vendors. We would just stick with one single source pretty much and just order it. If we ordered a 4 square box with, expecting 2 3/4 inch knockouts and it came with 2 1/2 inch knockouts, I mean, it may have just delayed the project a day or two, roughing walls in or doing whatever it is we're doing, because it gets there in the job and it's not what the foreman thought he was requesting. And then the walls that you're supposed to have roughed in, by the end of the day, Wednesday, aren't going to get roughed in and ready for drywall because we got sent the wrong items. So, or maybe we requested the wrong items, maybe the order between leaving the foreman, getting to our purchaser, getting to the distributor, somewhere in there, somebody got something wrong. The distributor then emails invoices every day to our accounts receivable person, Margaret. And then she takes it, she dumps it into foundation, and then that goes to every PM to approve, which that was the step that we were really trying to get away from, because it just bogs down their time. It's just a lot of invoices. And quite honestly, it's the last thing project managers want to do. They don't want to approve invoices. It's just not what they want to do. Now, when the guys go into their app on their iPad and they're looking for a part, they can see a picture of it. They can hit a cut sheet, pull up a PDF document, and make sure that what they're ordering is correct. Because there's a lot of different slangs even for what somebody's calling something. But when you open it up and you see a picture of it, that helps them make sure they get it correct. The way now my purchaser gets that email, clicks what distributors he wants to send it to. A small order we'll send out to 3 or 4 distributors. Big order we might send out to 5 6, maybe 7. And then it goes to them and they enter their unit prices and what they have, and then it comes back and you simply have a dashboard that just shows you total dollars. But then you do got to look at quantity of items that they have, how many are back, what's back ordered, what do they have. But it just it makes it easier to fill an order, a lot easier than all the phone calls and emails and everything it took before the system. Now if the invoices match to the dollar, then it goes straight into foundation as a cost, bypasses the approval of the PM because it's already been approved. It already matches our PO, and then it gets entered. So that's taken a lot of invoice approval off our PM's plate. So I took an older gentleman who'd been working for us for 30 some years. Another one, somewhat IT savvy, I would say. Had been with us about 15 years, and then a newer foreman, so younger, very IT savvy, right? So I wanted to get a feel for how all 3 of those different levels were able to handle it, and even the older gentlemen who are more experienced gentlemen, he caught on real quick. I mean, it's user friendly, it can't be Excel spreadsheets, it can't be things like that. It's just got to be plug and play, tap a button and order it. Pricing is one thing, of course, and I see a lot of savings. I poke my head in once in a while, maybe once a week, and just start looking at our dashboard, pulling up some orders and seeing, we went with we wrote a PO to one distributor for $1,500, and one of the other vendors may have been at 2,500. You know, so I see the savings there. And doing it the way we're doing it with Kojo, it seems like there's a lot less errors. At the end of the day, it's getting the materials in our field workers' hands so that they can install it. That not having materials there and people standing around waiting on materials, that doesn't solve the problem. So once the invoice matching came out and we started using it as a beta user, that was kind of a game changer. That was great. It's got to save the PMs an hour or two a week, which what that equates to, our estimators or our project manager also estimate, and they're managing projects. So an hour or two a week maybe gets us another job because they're working on an estimate instead of working on just that task of approving an invoice. We really like it. I think it's been a big help to our company and in multiple ways. So glad I came across it and accepted like the first sales call or however it got to me.